Hi, this is Bill Hammond. I'm here today to talk about legal planning for the Alzheimer's patient. And the question for today is, will the Veterans Administration, will the VA pay for Alzheimer's care? Now the answer is, of course, that it depends on several situations and you have to meet several tests. The first is that for a veteran you have to have served during a period of wartime. And those periods of wartime are defined by the VA, and basically for most of my clients that would typically be World War II or Korea. So for instance, World War II would be December 7, 1941 through December 31, 1946. For purposes of the Korean conflict, be January 27, 1950 through the end of January 1955. The Vietnam dates, just for those who are wondering, would be basically August 64 through May of 75, with some earlier dates possible if someone was actually in country. But basically the way it works is the VA will look at the facts and circumstances and they'll say that you might be eligible if you can meet certain tests. The first, as I just said, is did you serve during a period of wartime? We just went through that. You have to have served at least 90 days, and you have to have been honorably discharged. Now, my clients hear that and they say, but what if I didn't serve overseas? Doesn't matter, it's just during one of those periods of wartime. So if you can meet those tests, the next thing they're going to say is you have to also have been disabled for purposes of this improved pension program. And you might think, you know, I was a little bit creaky when I got out of bed this morning, but I don't think I'm disabled. But actually, for my clients, what the VA will say is if you are over 65, you are presumptively disabled. In other words, if you're over 65 years of age, you don't even have to show any disability. Now, if you're younger than that and you are disabled, you can also meet the test. But over 65, it just closes that case. The next question is, what can I have as far as income is concerned, and what can I have as far as assets are concerned? Well, a good rule of thumb for VA purposes is that you can have somewhere in the neighborhood of around $80,000 in assets for a married couple and around $40,000 for a single person. Actually, there's a little bit of controversy on that because some folks say that whether it's married or single, you can have $80,000 in assets. Actually, it's not quite that simple because there's an actuarial component involved, but let's just use those as a rule of thumb, if you will. The next thing the VA says is they say certain things don't count. A house, a car, prepaid funeral plans, a little bit of life insurance, you don't have to count those, but pretty much everything else counts. And if you can meet the asset limitations, then the next question is, do I meet the income limitations? The way the VA does this is they look at the gross household income, and so for a married couple, that would be the husband and wife's income, Social Security, pensions, whatever there is. And then from that, they subtract what they call unreimbursed medical expenses. And unreimbursed medical expenses would be things like, I don't know, the cost of insurance, physicians, medications, ongoing care costs, any of those types of things. One of the great opportunities here, however, is that by and large, if someone is in an assisted living facility, the cost of the assisted living facility in most cases will be an unreimbursed medical expense. Let's just take an example. Let's say that we've got a married couple. He's got Social Security of, $1,800 a month. She's got Social Security of $1,200 a month. So they've got a $3,000 per month income. And let's say they moved into an assisted living facility that in our area cost about $4,500 per month. Well, if we take their gross household income, the $3,000 per month, and subtract the cost of the assisted living, $4,500 per month, they've actually got a negative income. Now, you don't have to have a negative income to qualify for the benefits, but in this case, all of the things being equal, it would be pretty clear that they would be eligible. So how much might they be eligible for? Well, for a married couple, the benefits might be as much as nearly $2,000 per month. For the widow or spouse of a veteran, perhaps $1,000 per month. And what would happen then is those funds would be paid directly to the family, to the veteran, or to the widowed survivor, and those funds would be tax-free, and then they could use them to help offset the cost of care and whatnot. So as you can see, if we have someone who has Alzheimer's, if they have pretty heavy medical costs, even at home, someone coming in to help cover their care, someone coming in to care for them, providing services and whatnot, or if they're in an assisted living facility, the entire cost of the care can go down as an unreimbursed medical cost, and in those cases there may be some veterans benefits available. There are also strategies sometimes available to reduce the amount of countable assets that someone has if they have more than the roughly $80,000 that the VA says they're allowed to keep. So as you can see, if you have a loved one with Alzheimer's, and if that person was a veteran or the surviving spouse of a veteran, absolutely it's a good idea to check in and see what kind of veterans benefits might be available. And if you have questions, feel free to contact us. The contact information is at the end of this video, and of course you can either call us or email us. We're always happy to answer questions. Thanks so much and have a great day.